Okay, so I found something wild this week, and I literally could not wait to talk about it.
Welcome to Locally Hosted, AI, machine learning, developer tools, and tech infrastructure.
Today we're looking at Microsoft's new Sandbox for running untrusted code safely.
It's called MXC, and it's basically a policy-driven containment system for Windows, Linux, and macOS.
Wait, so this is for running model outputs or plugins without blowing up your system?
Exactly. You feed it untrusted code, and MXC isolates it behind a unified JSON config.
That's huge. But what's the catch? Is it just another VM?
No, it's smarter. It uses different backends depending on your OS, like Bubble Wrap on Linux or Windows Sandbox on Windows.
So it's not one size fits all, it adapts to the platform?
Right. On macOS, it uses Seatbelt. On Linux, you can use LXC or MicroVM. It's flexible.
Okay, so that's the what. But how does it actually work?
You define policies via JSON, file system access, network proxy, even UI clipboard controls.
Wait, clipboard. So I can stop a plugin from reading my password?
Precisely. It's granular. You can block outbound network traffic or allow only specific hosts.
This feels like giving code a tiny cage. But is it secure?
Here's the warning. It's an early preview. Microsoft says current policies might be overly permissive.
Ouch, so don't rely on it for production security yet?
Correct. They're actively seeking security researchers to help harden it before general release.
That's fair. Better to be honest now than have a breach later? What about the API?
There's a TypeScript SDK. You can use one-shot APIs or state-aware sessions.
State aware, like the sandbox remembers its state between steps?
Yes, provision, start, exec stop, deprovision. It's a full lifecycle management system.
That's actually really clean. Most tools just fork a process and forget it.
Exactly. And it supports diagnostics too. Debug logging and ETW on Windows for troubleshooting.
Okay, so that's the what. But how does it actually work?
Let's look at the backends again. For Windows 11 24H2+, the default is Process Container.
Process container. Is that new?
It's a native container wrapper. It's lighter than a full VM but still isolates the process.
And for Linux?
Bubble Wrap is the default. It's great for rootless containers. You need BWrap installed.
Got it. So no experimental mode needed for stable backends?
No, the stable ones work out of the box, but the experimental ones need flags.
Makes sense. What about Hyperlight? I've heard of that.
Hyperlight is a lightweight hypervisor. It's an option for both Windows and Linux.
So you have choices. That's rare in the sandbox world.
Yes, you can swap backends without changing your core logic. That's the power of the SDK.
But here's the wild part. What if I'm on macOS?
On macOS, you're limited to Seatbelt. It's the only supported backend for now.
Seatbelt only, that's a bit restrictive.
It's an alpha schema for macOS. They're likely adding more later. Don't expect LXC there.
Okay, so that's the what. But how does it actually work?
The JSON schema is versioned. You define paths, network rules, and UI access.
So I can say allow read-only access to TechNP?
Yes, denied paths aren't fully supported on Windows yet, but read-out-write lists are.
And network. Can I block all internet?
Yes, but proxy support isn't on macOS, and host filtering isn't on Windows yet.
Okay, so that's the what. But how does it actually work?
The SDK handles the complexity. You just call the API and pass your config.
It feels like they're trying to standardize chaos.
Exactly. Different OSs have different security models. MXC unifies them.
I mean, that's brilliant. Why hasn't anyone done this before?
It's hard. Cross-platform compatibility is a nightmare. Microsoft has the resources to pull it off.
But it's still a preview, so what does this mean?
It means AI agents can run safely. Plugins won't own your system.
That's the big picture. Safe AI execution is finally becoming a standard.
Yes. And as the policies mature, it'll be a critical tool for developers.
Alright, that's all we got this week. If this blew your mind, come back next time.
Original source is linked in the description. We'll probably break it again.
Subscribe to Locally Hosted for more deep dives. See you next time.